Welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for 2A Central Idaho League play here on a chilly Friday night in St. Maries. Back-to-back game nights here starting today. Tonight, the Lumberjacks, of course, playing the Maniacs of Orofino. Tomorrow night, the Lumberjacks will be hosting the Tigers from Kendrick. And that's going to be the first game, or tonight is the first game of the Final Four of the regular season for the Lumberjack boys. We'll quickly go over that for you as they got Orofino tonight, Kendrick tomorrow. On Tuesday next week, the Lumberjacks will host the Kellogg Wildcats. And then I think it's the 18th, Lumberjacks will finish up the regular season on the road at the Timberlake Tigers. And then they will, of course, go into district tournament play. That game on Tuesday with the Wildcats, a very, very important, very pivotal game. It will determine the district champion, of course. If the Lumberjacks can get the win over the Kellogg Wildcats, both teams would be tied in league play, and then it would go to a tiebreaker. I'm not 100% sure what that tiebreaker is. I think Coach Chase said that it was the Max Preps ranking will be the tiebreaker, which currently the Lumberjacks are on top of that. But the Wildcats tonight, they're playing the Bonners Ferry Badgers. If they could get a win over a really tough Badgers team tonight, because they've already been beat by them once, that could put a boost into that Kellogg power ranking spot in Max Prep. So we have to wait and see what happens with that one. But anyways, that is the schedule coming up. But tonight we've got the Orofino Maniacs here in St. Mary's. We've got the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip off coming your way in a moment. JV game underway, 24-16 Lumberjacks lead in the third period. We'll take a break and come back with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off live from Lumberjack Gymnasium.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Idaho needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Maries choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Maries. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries at 105 North 8th Street, St. Maries. Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for Lumberjack basketball. Tonight, Lumberjack boys host the Orofino Maniacs in 2A Central Idaho League action. And this one is a fairly important game for the Lumberjack boys as well. It's the league game, and all league games, of course, are important in the end. So this is a good one tonight. St. Maries does need to get the win tonight. I do have to kind of go back on what I said about the game on Tuesday. St. Maries does have to get past the Maniacs tonight in order for that game to have that big of an impact next week. So I do want to step back and correct myself just a little bit on what I said there. Taking a look at the Central Idaho League standings as of now, the Kellogg Wildcats sit at the top of the standings with a 5-0 league record. They are 14-4 overall. Their last game was a 50-27 win versus Newport, Washington. They've been off for about 14 days. They host Bonners Ferry tonight. They will be at St. Maries on Tuesday. They are 4th in the Idaho Sports Power rankings and 8th in the Max Preps rankings. The St. Maries Lumberjacks sit with a 3-1 record, 11 in league play, 11-5 overall. 41-37 win over Priest River was their last game, and a game that, well, St. Maries probably should have won that one bigger. We'll talk about that in a moment. They will be hosting Kendrick tomorrow. St. Maries is 5th in the Idaho Sports Power rankings, 5th in the Max Preps Power rankings. The Orofino Maniacs sit with a 2-3 record in league play, 10-6 overall. They beat Genesee 54-37 on the 8th. They played Logos the other night. They beat them 56-41, and they will be at Lewiston on the 13th. They are 8th in the 2A Power rankings on Idaho Sports, 12th in the Max Preps rankings. Priest River Spartans, and this is I'll have to explain in a minute, but they have no league record. Things have been adjusted on idahosports.com. They are an independent 2A school in North Idaho. So what that means is they played St. Maries, they played Kellogg. They did not play the other 2A league teams in the league up here in the north. So they are basically an independent team. They are not necessarily part of the Central Idaho League, so to speak. And they are still going to, they are playing in our district tournament, of course. They are, but they aren't part of the Central Idaho League, I guess you could say. So they are the number 5 seed in the boys district tournament automatically. So since they did not play any league games, they have a 7-11 record overall. They lost 41-37 to the Lumberjacks just this last week, and they also lost to Genesis Prep by a score of 59-56 on the 8th. Their next game, they're done with the regular season. Their next game is going to be when the district tournament starts, and that's actually true on a multitude of levels because they will be the first game of district tournament action as they will play the number 4 seed, which I believe is going to end up being will, in the end, end up being Grangeville. Or maybe not. I don't know. Grangeville is 0-6 in the league, so I don't know how that's going to shake out because, I do believe still Priest River is the automatic 5th seed. Anyways, Priest River 17th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 24th in the Max Preps Power Rankings. Grangeville, like I just mentioned, 0-6 in their league action this year. Again, it's very unusual to see the Bulldogs down here at the bottom of the league. They are usually one of those in the past, top 2 teams, fighting with Orofino and St. Mary's really for that top spot, but they are on and off year this year. Young team, full of juniors. They're going to be all seniors next year. They did beat St. John Bosco in their last game, 57-47. And again, that was their last game. Districts is next for them. They are 19th in the power rankings on Idaho Sports and 19th in the Max Preps power rankings. Taking a look at those power rankings and records of the top 5 teams, the Melba Mustangs, last year's state champions, they are undefeated, 20-0 in the regular season this year, and they sit atop the power rankings for Idaho Sports. Coal Valley Christian sitting at number 2 with a 17-4 record. Bear Lake sitting at number 3 with a 19-2 record. Kellogg sitting at number 4 with a 14-4 record. St. Mary's sitting at number 5 with a 11-5 record. Over in the Max Preps rankings, a little bit different. Melba is still at number 1. Bear Lake is up at number 2. Coal Valley is at number 3. Then you got Ryrie in there at number 4, and St. Mary's sitting at number 5. And Kellogg is not in the top 5 of that power ranking. But let's see here. St. Mary's actually was up to 4th after they lost to Lake City a week or so ago. But then they did lose some spaces due to, I think, the way the scores were on some games recently. And we'll talk about that in a moment as well. But that's a look at the Central Idaho League standings and power rankings. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off live here from Lumberjack Gymnasium.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's, Don Cycle, or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Maries and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. JV game at about 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. JV boys have gone on a pretty good run to stretch the lead out here, 33-20 in the fourth. The Maniacs led at the halftime by a couple. Taking a look at the Lumberjacks of the season statistically, they've had a pretty good season so far. They are 11-5 on the year, 5-1 home record, 6-4 on the road, and it's been kind of an interesting season for the Lumberjacks. They've had a stretch without, of course, Grayson Sands. He's deemed by a lot as the star player of the Lumberjacks. I tend to contest that a little bit. He is obviously a great player. I'm not going to doubt that or take that away from him. But I don't necessarily, there's more than one, in my opinion, more than one star on our roster. And there's more than enough players on this team to step up in his absence. I will say, though, the last 2 to 3 games, even the Bonners Ferry game, not quite the best ball by these Lumberjacks. They've had a little bit of a struggle. Coach hasn't been totally happy with the games, I don't think, and I'm going to be curious to see how they respond tonight against this league opponent. But taking a look at the season numbers, St. Mary's averages 57 points per game. Their opponents are averaging right around 48 points per game, so they're keeping a pretty good distance between themselves and their opponents in most games. And that's a good number to see as far as the point differential. Lumberjacks, again, not shooting bad at all from the field on the season, 42% from the field. They're shooting right around 29% from three-point range, which is, again, is a pretty good number. They usually keep that right around 29, maybe 30, 31%. And 61% from the free throw line, where they started in the beginning of the season. I'm sure Coach Chase will definitely take that 61% free throw shooting. It's taken some pretty decent nights of free throw shooting to get that number to where it's at. Their opponents have averaged about 38% shooting on the season, 29% from three-point range, 58% from the free throw line. Lumberjacks have averaged 33 rebounds to their opponents' 27. St. Mary's has averaged 13 assists to their opponents' 7 assists per game. St. Mary's averaging about 8 steals, while their opponents average 6. 13 turnovers per game for the Lumberjacks. Their opponents averaging around 12, so pretty even there. Personal fouls, those pretty even as well. St. Mary's at 15 and their opponents at 14. Individual leaders for the Lumberjacks. You've got Grayson Sands, who he is still out, I do believe. It was nice to see him at halftime. He was down there shooting around with his teammates down there on the court, shooting around. So that's really hopeful to see. They were really hoping, and I'm afraid to ask because I don't want to really know. They're hoping he'd be able to play against Kellogg on Tuesday. I don't know if that's still a hope. I have no clue. I have not really even broached the subject with him, but he said the knee's feeling pretty good. I think Coach Chase would probably really prefer to take the chance of trying to beat Kellogg without Grayson than risk maybe re-aggravating or something like that before district tournament time. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out next Tuesday. Anyways, he is averaging about, I think this is wrong because he hasn't played in so many games. Before he got injured, he was averaging 15 points per game, and I think it should still be at that because he hasn't played. I've got to recheck my game rosters to make sure I don't have him in one that he didn't play in. Aside from that, though, you've got Dylan Holder averaging 10 points a game. You've also got Tyler Renner averaging right around 10 points per game. Tristan Hill averaging right around 10 points per game. Trace Wicks is averaging 8 points per game for the Lumberjacks. And Wyatt Holmes is averaging 6 points per game. Now, nobody's blowing out the team and averaging 15 points per game like Grayson was. But you still got a lot of guys there that are scoring that help take up some of that slack. But, of course, with that kind of production from Grayson at 15 points per game, I'm sure they do miss that a little bit. welcome Clark now. He got done with his Scheffelmeyer dog. And
the customary dog.
It's his pre-game.
That's my warm-up right there.
That's
my warm-up.
Pre-game ritual is a Scheffelmeyer dog for Clark.
That's where you get the excellence in broadcasting from me this way.
At the rebound numbers, Tristan Hill is the rebounding leader. He averages about 7 rebounds per game, pretty close to 8. Wyatt Holmes is averaging 5, as is Tyler Renner. Those are your post players, so you expect them to be up there. Dylan Holder, though, he averages about 4. Grayson Sands was averaging about 4. Jared Badgett, for being one of the shorter guys out there, averages 3. So pretty good rebounding numbers, as that is accounting for. I don't know if you could quite hear me before you put the headset on, but do you have anything to add to
I was
any of
listening
that?
to your statistics and everything that goes on. Their stats, that's what they are. And, you know, the game is what speaks, you know, every game. And you said they've been going in kind of a dry spell right now. That's why those numbers have started to come closer together with their opponents, especially the turnover thing. You know, a good team does not turn over the ball, and they should not be out turnovering, I guess is the word I'm looking for, when they're playing their opponents on the average even right now.
Well, the one thing that really hurt their points per game average, Clark, was that Lake City game where St. Mary's scored 23 points or something.
Yeah,
Lake City scored 72.
And I understand they've had a nice stretch playing people like Lake City and Bonners. Bonners is so slouch.
Yeah, no.
And so, yeah, that's what brings that up closer together, too. But you were also saying to me that this morning that you just really felt like they haven't been playing their best ball lately.
Yeah. Well, Bonners Ferry has 1 loss on the season. I think still only 1 loss, and that was to a West Valley out of Washington.
Well, that says something. I mean, those boys right up there right now, that class that's going through are some really good athletes. You wait and see what they'll be doing in baseball this spring, too. It'll be very incredible.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to tip off.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly.
Time out! What is going on? This has to stop.
Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning.
And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent.
They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players.
We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Idaho.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
And we are back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan, as we get set for 2A Central Idaho League basketball action. Your Lumberjacks hosting the Orofino Maniacs. And kind of mentioned a little bit that it seems like St. Mary's has been a little bit out of sorts the last couple of games. The Bonners Ferry game, I Coach Bechtel and Coach Chase at the end said that both of those Bonners Ferry games were ones that St. Mary's could have won and maybe should have won. But, of course, your coaches, I think, will say that. They want to believe that they should have won every single game there was.
They aren't going to be delusional to say anything about, like, Lake City. I mean,
no, exactly.
But
in a close game.
In years past, Bonners Ferry has been, a tough win, but it's been a win. Some of those balls just don't bounce the same way every year.
And there wasn't a lot that stood out. I can't think of a lot that stood out to me right away, right off the bat from that game. I didn't bring the stats from it. The next game they played was the day right after that. They went over to Moscow and they played Logos, who's a 5-10 team. Now, I'm not knocking them as saying they're a bad team or anything like that, but you go in as an 11 or an 8-4 team, 8 and whatever, and you're probably expected to beat these guys.
Well, yeah.
But Logos, from what I watched, kind of controlled that game through the most of it. They really gave St. Mary's trouble in some way, fashion, or the other, and they led at halftime. Now, St. Mary's came back and they won it by 9, but I think that's a game St. Mary's probably would have been favored to win by 15. So I don't think they played to their potential in that game. I don't know if they played down to their opponent's level or
there's always a possibility. You can't be at your A game every time. And especially when you play an opponent that may be of less quality, that, it's just, you just can't psych yourself up as well as you normally can. But let's give Logos a little bit of credit. Maybe the coach had a great game plan.
True.
And had an idea what to do, and he tried to execute it, and it worked most effectively, but you still get outplayed.
Now, the last game was on Tuesday when St. Mary's went up to Priest River to take on the Spartans. Now, they are I have to fill Clark in on this because he probably already knows, but so they are a 2A team. They are, but they are not, I guess, Central Idaho League. Their games do not count towards league records because they're technically, I guess, an independent 2A squad.
Because they don't want to travel down to Grangeville or Orofino.
So that has gotten cleared up now to where they're the automatic 5 seed in our district tournament, and that's just the way it is. But they're the wins and losses that St. Mary's and Kellogg have against them count for nothing as far as league is considered because the other two teams didn't play it, which makes sense.
Well, yeah, I understand that. But, I mean, Kellogg can have the same argument for the most part to go down there. I mean, they're a little bit closer, but not a lot. Not much.
I mean, they've got about an hour to St. Mary's, and then they've got 3 to Grangeville. So.
Yeah, so it comes out pretty close to, being a wash on that. But I don't know. It's just administrative and the costs and things like this that come into play, of course.
So in that game, though, on Tuesday, the Lumberjack boys came out on a 9-2 first quarter over Priest River. Probably could have been a little bit more, but they played a little bit sloppy with their ball control in that first quarter, as they did for most of the game, really. Second quarter seen a 13-8 score in favor of the Lumberjack for the period. Third quarter was a 13-10 score. And in the fourth quarter, Priest River came storming back off of a lot of Lumberjack turnovers. St. Mary's did not score a bucket in the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, and they were outscored 17-6. Priest River ended up tying it. They took the lead for a short time, and they really pushed St. Mary's in the end. St. Mary's did get the 41-37 win. Now, it's going to be a little bit interesting when I tell you the stats, and you'll be able to figure out where the problems came from. St. Mary's shot 42% from the floor, which any coach will say is definitely fine. They shot 25% from three-point range. That's below what you want, I think. I'm pretty sure Coach likes it around that 30% mark that they seem to hang around at, but it's not too far off. They shot 62% from the free throw line, which is above what they have shot in several games. I mean, that's definitely acceptable.
I take it.
They had 35 rebounds. Priest River had 30. Priest River did get 10 offensive boards to St. Mary's 4 offensive boards. 9 assists for St. Mary's, but the number that stands out is turnovers. St. Mary's the boys do not typically turn the ball over this much. 18, actually my unofficial number was 18. I heard somewhere that it was actually 21 turnovers for the Lumberjack boys against the Spartans. And there was some good defense, but there was a lot of passes that they were trying to force into the paint that were just bad passes. There was a couple times, and I think I've said this with Clark before, that in my opinion, sometimes that they were really trying to run their offense for a really extended period of time. And I don't know if it was Priest River not giving them anything good inside and they're not getting to get a shot, but Priest River might have been forcing that. But they just really were moving the ball around a lot and not really it didn't seem like they were trying to get that shot.
Okay, well, Tim, part of what you're talking about at first, the 21 turnovers, that's unacceptable. You're lucky to win the ball game with 21 turnovers. Moving the ball around, maybe that was a little bit of employing a new offense a little bit because districts and states are coming up, and ball control might be essential in getting what they need to get done to win games there. So that might be part of it, but I don't know. I'm not there.
Yeah. Well, it just seemed like after you move it around so much, it almost seems like the team you're playing, the defense, kind of ends up knowing what you're going to do, and they kind of pick up on what that next move's going to be. So they were able to jump that pass and take it the other way.
Sure.
But there was a whole lot. They had, I think, 5 or 6 possessions right at the beginning of the fourth quarter where every single one of them was a turnover, and most of them were them trying to force something down inside and just not getting it there, right?
Uh-huh.
So it was not Lumberjack basketball.
Right.
I got to talk to Michael Ebert the other day. I seen him at the gas station. He said, was that a game that made you want to tear your hair out? And I said, my goodness, I'm glad I wasn't a coach because I'm telling you what. I told AJ after the game at McDonald's, because Coach Chase wasn't here, and I told him I was surprised he didn't break a clipboard. But anyway, that's just been kind of the last couple of games. So we'll see what they can do tonight against the Maniacs as the JV boys come away with a 46-28 win to get things started this evening. Kristen Hill in that game in Priest River did have 12 points. Wyatt Holmes had 9 and Tyler Renner had 7. So the posts were scoring a lot of points. So maybe that's also kind of a little takeaway you get from some of those when you're forcing it inside so much. You're getting that many points from all your posts too. And
next year when the shot clock comes into play, it will change some things.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I actually don't mind the shot clock. Well, both teams out on the floor for warm-ups. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, Go Lumberjack!
We are Dairy West. That means we are milk people, family people, animal people, people people. We are environment-loving people, giving back people, job-creating people, and glass all the way full people. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than in everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions.
The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA, SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Ginny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. As winter drags on, you still need to stay warm and keep your animals fed. XXX Feeds in St. Maries has all of those needs and more covered. You can stop by XXX Feeds and pick up wood pellets for your pellet stove and pet food for your indoor or outdoor critters. Also, as spring grows closer, that means 4-H season. If you have a 4-H member in your household that raises turkeys or chickens, talk to XXX Feeds about getting your 4-H project. XXX Feeds in St. Maries.
St. Maries Realty is a St. Maries icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Maries Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Maries Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Maries.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Maries Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium with Clark Grogan as the Lumberjack boys set to take on the Priest River Spartans. A little bit of a breaking news. Well, that was really a voice change there.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's been canceled, Tim.
A little bit of a breaking news story here in Lumberjack Gymnasium. We're talking about Grayson Sands thinking that he was hoping to come back and play for Kellogg. Well, he is warming up on the floor tonight, all dressed and ready to go. So, I mean, he wouldn't be out there if he hadn't been cleared by the doctor, Clark, and I don't think Coach Chase would be putting him out there either necessarily if they didn't feel he was ready to go.
It could be a little test run tonight. He may not get a lot of PT. Who knows?
I would have to assume that he's probably practiced a couple times as well if they're going to let him play. I mean, you know what I mean? You don't just have no practice if you go out and start playing again.
Well, part of basketball is just muscle memory, knowing the things that you do with the ball, and just getting back with it sometimes makes it all right since you get him going again.
Yeah. And I guess it's a fitting comeback considering this is the team they were playing when he was injured, was up in Orofino. And Clark pointed out to me that Orofino looks to be a little short-handed tonight. I think I see maybe 7 now. And
there is a 7th player that just walked out on the court, but there were only 6 a moment ago.
Yeah, they have a 9 or 10 on their roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on their roster, so they're 3 short from what they have.
All your fingers. Good job, Tim.
I didn't have to pull out no toes.
There you go.
So speaking of the Orofino Maniacs, that is the team that St. Mary's played last when Grayson was injured, and that was a interesting game too. I mean, St. Mary's trailed at halftime. Grayson ended up hurt just before halftime. The first period, it was 19-15 in favor of Orofino. As a coach, you never want to see your defense give up 19 points to your opponent in the first period of play. St. Mary's did bounce back and beat St. Mary's in the second quarter, 15-13. And I think it was just a couple of point difference at the half. It wasn't like Orofino had a massive lead.
Timmy, you even said something though earlier that just caught my mind. Is St. Mary's is only 6-4 on the road.
Yep.
That has the logos, and then this with Orofino, slow start on the road this year, I guess.
The third period sees St. Mary's come out. They came out fired up in the absence of Grayson Sands, and they went on a 25-8 run in the third quarter, and then they were outscored 11-7 in the fourth. But I think they'd already shuffled in some of their younger guys because they had that lead, and they ended up beating Orofino 62-51. So that injury to Grayson kind of sparked them a little bit, and they came out and said, we're definitely not going to lose this game. especially since he got hurt. We're going to come out and battle for him.
Sure.
St. Mary's shot 48% from the floor in that game, Clark. 24 of 50. They were 41% from three-point range, and they were, 46% from the charity stripe.
Well, there's your win. There's your win.
The Maniacs were 38% from the floor, 20% from three-point range, and they were 81% from the charity stripe. Turnovers, St. Mary's only had 9 in that game. They had 12 second chance points, 6 points off turnovers, 14 points off the bench, and 15 assists, 31 rebounds. 4 players ended up in double digits in Orofino. Tyler Renner was the leading scorer. He had 16 points with 6 rebounds. Dylan Holder had 12 points. Wyatt Holmes had 11. Grayson Sands had double. He was off to a great start. He had 11 points before he was injured in the first half, so he was going to have a big night. 5 points for Trace Wicks. Tristan Hill only was able to get 3 points on the night, but he's been pretty solid in most games. For Orofino, their leading scorer on that night was Joel Scott. He had 19 points. And Easton Schneider had 10 points. And they have their warm-up jerseys on, so we don't know who's out there and who's not. So I don't know who was there to play and who isn't there to play for tonight's game for them. But we'll see what St. Mary's can do. Orofino was a pretty tough cookie down there when we played them in Orofino. But if they're down any of their top players, or if they're down anybody that they might miss, it might make for a little bit tougher game tonight. And has there even been another one filter out there, Clark? Or
I see 8 now, I think. Yep.
Well, they just keep kind of running them in off the street or something.
I think it's the JV kids coming in to help now that are putting on a warm-up jacket. That's all I can see is the possibility there.
All right. Well, the captain's meeting at midcourt. Grayson Sands, Trace Wicks, and Tyler Renner for the Lumberjacks. I only have one number. It's Nick Drobish and one of his teammates for the Maniacs, meeting with the officials. You've been a basketball official. What do they go over there, Clark?
They just talk about the sidelines a little bit, where the out of bounds is on this as well. They'll emphasize get the ball over to the referee after the ball is blown and things like this. They just want them to hustle. They want them to have a good game, and they're the ones that get to talk to the refs during the game. No one else on the floor gets to do that. Coaches volunteer a lot of time to talk to the refs, you know. As long as they're in that coach's box, they have a right to talk to them.
Well, the coach for Priest River had a couple of moments where he wasn't too happy with in that last game, and it was early third quarter. Tristan Hill got fouled, and little guy, kind of, Tristan Hill, a big dude, and the guy that got called for the foul and Tristan kind of laughed after it, like they thought, I almost got the feeling that that even Tristan was like, I don't think you fouled me there, but hey, the coach didn't like it either, and the coach said something along the lines of that was a terrible call or something, or kind of let the ref have it a little bit. He got that.
There are a couple of magic words that just make it come out of the referee so quickly, and even as an umpire.
He got that magical T sign, and it wasn't for teamwork.
Yeah, it was a magical word.
And I think Tristan Hill made all 4 of those free throws as well for St. Mary's in that situation. 9 minutes until opening ceremonies here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. We've got the Maniacs warming up, Lumberjacks warming up. We'll take a break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new express lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple, free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for the home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
And we are back, and I just now remembered to turn up our audio into the NFHS network cameras. So those of you tuning in on that, we want to welcome you into the play-by-play provided by KOFE 1240 AM in St. Mary's. Clark Grogan and Tim Parrish here. Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off from Lumberjack Gymnasium, where the Lumberjack boys hosting the Orofino Maniacs in league action. And I don't know where they kept coming from, but I know when we started warm-ups, they had 6 guys out there. Well, the Orofino Maniacs now are up to a 10-man squad, so I think they might have all the guys they had. In fact, I know the number 15, I was just checking my roster. I did not have the number 15 on my roster, and he is not on the roster that we got from them either.
He's got a last name of Maniacs on the back of his shirt. So
it'll just be Maniac, I guess. But taking a look at the Maniacs, we'll take a quick look at those guys. They are coached by Rocky Barlow. His squad is averaging 51 points per game, but only allowing 52 points per game. And I wouldn't worry too much, Clark. She usually shows up right as the countdown clock is at 0.
Okay.
They are on a 4-game win streak. Their last loss was a 77-46 loss to Lapway, which it's Lapway.
You can't be embarrassed by that one. That just happened.
And that's about that for them. In the last game against St. Mary's, we kind of already told you their scoring. They had Joel Scott scoring 19, Easton Schneider had 10, Loudon Cochran had 7, Quentin Naranjo had 6, Nick Drobish had 5, Aiden Olive had 4. They had 38% shooting from the field, 20% from three-point range. They shot very solidly at 81% from the free throw line, 29 rebounds, and just 12 turnovers, which St. Mary's had less turnovers, but 12 is still not an unacceptable number necessarily at the high school level.
No, not at that level. I'd be okay with it as long as we're competitive. Some of those, as you already know, are always fast break turnovers that sometimes it's from aggressiveness.
And in fact, I'd like to go back to that number real quick. Because St. Mary's had less turnovers, but Orofino, I would say, so Orofino had 6 points off of turnovers. The 9 turnovers by St. Mary's. St. Mary's only had 6 points off of Orofino's 12 turnovers. So I would almost think that Orofino did better in the turnover differential as far as points scored.
That sounds like it.
But that's about all I've got on the Maniacs, really. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, we got about 2 minutes before tip-off, so...
Yeah, and I'm going to go over the schedule real quick. I do want to give a shout-out to the girls and congratulate them on a pretty good season for them this year. I think they finished at like 11 and 12 on the year, or 11 and 13 maybe. That's a far cry better than 1 and 14 that they finished last year. They won their first district tournament game. They went up, played a very tough Grangeville team, hung with them through the first half. They were only trailing by 10, and then it kind of fell apart in the second half, and that ended their season. They didn't have to play Orofino, and then they lost Orofino. That was a tough battle. That game was a really good one as well, but they came up just short in it. But they played hard, and they had a pretty good season. So I want to congratulate them on a pretty good season. Congratulate those seniors. Going to miss watching them play in the next couple of years. Well, next year, obviously. But I'm looking forward to softball season, Clark.
I'm looking forward to baseball.
Well, I'm looking forward to baseball. I think our baseball team is going to be heavily improved this year from last year. They made that state tournament trip last year, which I'm not going to lie, I didn't think they were going to make it to state. But they really started to get kind of together towards the end of the season last year. Put something together,
Pitching really makes a difference at the 2A level. And I think this team's got some players that can really contribute and make for a great season this year for them at this level.
And a shout out to Coach Teff. It doesn't hurt when you have a pretty good coach at the helm as well.
Well, we're certainly still praying for you, Coach. Hope that you'll be able to do what you want to do when it comes to baseball this spring.
Upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, boys will be hosting Kellogg. JV at 5:30, varsity at 7 o'clock. Wednesday, that's Wednesday. I thought that was, I didn't know. Yeah, Wednesday. That sounds right. Boys, the 15th. I thought it was the 18th. Timberlake. Well, that's actually C Squad and JV.
Are you getting this straight
and
now?
Varsity. Okay, so there's 3 games. There's going to be open softball practice on Wednesday next week. The girls wrestling will be at their District 1-2 tournament. Softball girls, again, practice on Friday. And Saturday, more wrestling, CIL district tournament. I also want to shout out to the cheer squad. I feel really bad for them as they got caught at the wrong time over in Oregon. They did not get to go compete at their state tournament due to an accident that closed off the road down there. Feel sorry for you guys, but you guys had a pretty good season and did really well in your district tournament. We're going to turn it over to the crowd mic and get the national anthem. Now we are back, and I said that I thought it was the band playing the national anthem, and I know they had a young lady by the name of Bella. I don't know her last name, 'cause my daughter couldn't help me out with that. But she did sing the national anthem a while back and did a terrific job.
She knocked it out, I think.
Aside from a little bit of sound, she really went right through that without an issue.
That's right. It's not easy doing that song. Just ask anyone that sings it.
What was really funny was there was a couple of kids waiting to get in the back door down here, standing outside, and they were standing for the national anthem as well. Starting lineup for your Orofino Maniacs, it'll be the 0 of Drew Hanna, the number 3 of Easton Schneider, the number 10 of Joel Scott, the number 24 of Quentin Naranjo, and the number 33 of Aiden Olive. Now the starting lineup for your Lumberjacks. The first starter for St. Mary's is the 5'9" senior guard of Jared Badgett. Also the 6'1" senior guard, number 5, Dylan Holder. Then the 6'6" senior post, number 22, Tyler Renner. Also the number 23, 5'9" senior guard, Trace Wick. And one of the big men in the middle, it is the 6'6" senior post, number 55, Tristan Hill. And we did see Grayson Sands warming up, but he is not starting tonight.
I think he's probably going to get some short time tonight, just to get the feel for it.
There we go. I didn't have my lineup right. So the Lumberjacks in their home white with green numbers. The Maniacs in blue with white numbers. St. Mary's going right to the left. It'll be Tyler Renner going up against the number 10 of Joel Scott for the opening tip. The official making sure everybody's ready to go. The tip is up, controlled by the Lumberjacks. Dylan Holder comes down with it. Backs it out to Hill. He hands it off to Holder. He'll run the offense down to the corner. Quick 3 on the way. No good by Jared Badgett, but the big rebound by Tristan Hill. The putback was good through contact, and he also is fouled.
Way to follow up on the shot there by Hill, and he gets rewarded for it.
Hill on the season shooting free throws is at 62%. And the one shot is going to be left short, though, just as I get done talking up his free throw shooting on the year.
I wouldn't jump on 62, but it's better than some.
Then they have the ball to the right side, trying to penetrate through a couple Lumberjacks. Instead, they kick it back to the corner. Joel Scott steps in, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, putback is good for the Maniacs. Lumberjacks back the other way. Working it around the left side, going to get it to Badgett. He hands it off to Hill, and Hill finds the hoop. Nice ball movement by St. Mary's. Hill just kind of left standing there by himself. Up to Naranjo. He's working the right side, or the left side. Back to the top of the key, into the hands of Drobish. Around to Joel Scott. Now to Olive. Olive trying to find Hannah underneath, and the Maniacs turn the ball over. Lumberjacks back the other way, down inside to Renner. Renner is going to get called for a travel down underneath.
He looked a little perplexed as I did. I don't know where it happened. He must have dragged that pivot foot. That's the only thing I can think happened on that.
A little bit of press action from St. Mary's. Looks like they're 2-2-1. Maniacs get it across. Top of the key. I think I was telling you about the new defense they worked on a few weeks ago, but I couldn't remember what they were calling it, Clark. And Coach Chase, I remember calling it just a matchup defense. Going to get a blocked shot by Hill. Rebound to Renner. St. Mary's back the other way.
Nice give and go on a fast break there. Good job.
Who was the shot by and who was
Badgett scored it. Assist by Renner.
Another turnover. Is that a turnover this way?
No, that was a shot and miss.
Another shot missed by the Maniac.
And Renner with a rebound. Nice turn in there. Oh, they're off to a good start.
Tyler Renner with another bucket. 8-2, Lumberjacks with the lead. Back into the press. More of a trap,
They're not
maybe.
protecting the ball. That's not a trap, but it is a press.
Yeah. I don't know if I should have called that a steal, but I did.
It is. It's definitely a steal.
Wicks has the ball over to Badgett. Back to the top to Wicks. Working the right side of the floor now. Back to the top. Looks like a zone from the Maniac. Now to Renner. Renner gets double teamed. Trapped at the post. Or at the block. Shot up from three-point range by Wicks. It won't fall through for him. Rebound. Almost taken by St. Mary's, but they couldn't quite get it. Renner, I think, tried to stop it and toss it to Wicks, but couldn't get it done.
Orfield's taking a quick timeout. This game could get out of hand pretty quickly because the defense is just stifling them right now.
Yeah, that was definitely a good start so far to the first quarter. Not even a full 3 minutes in, and St. Mary's up 8-2.
Tim, so far they're looking to do a lot inside right now, and that will then change and make some adjustments as Orfino's coach will have to make the adjustments, and when he does, that's when St. Mary's will go to the perimeter a little bit more often.
Yeah. Couple of alumni down here. We got Randy Bechtel, Tyler Renner, Tristan Gentry, or Colby Renner, Tristan
Tyler's
Gentry.
on the floor.
All part of what was Randy Bechtel part of the championship team?
Yes, he was.
So I thought all three of them, I think, are.
Well, I know that Renner was.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever forget that shot.
Into the press again. St. Mary's gets another steal. Tyler Renner picks off the pass. St. Mary's quickly the other way. Wicks gets it over to Holder. Now they look into the paint into the low post, actually, to Renner.
Tim, nothing frustrates me as a coach to make a timeout, make a play, and then they can't execute, and then they don't execute on defense either.
Well, that's exactly what happened in Priest River to St. Mary's. Coach Bechtel called the timeout, and then St. Mary's turned it over 3 times right afterwards. 3-point shot by Naranjo, no good. Rebound, I think, was it to Wicks or was it to Renner?
It was Renner.
Grayson Sands getting set to check in. He's over in front of the scorer's table. Excited to see him get back on the floor.
Seth Swallows is there, too. Don't forget him.
Oh, can't forget Seth. You know, the Maniacs JV guys have a guy that looks just like Seth on their team.
Is that right?
Shot up from the post from Tristan Hill. It's no good, but he'll be fouled.
See, they're going inside almost every time, and right now, Orfino has no answer for it.
10-2 Lumberjack lead. After this first free throw, the subs will check in. Free throw is up and good. 4:23 to go, first period. Coming in for Jared Badgett is Grayson Sands. And
Seth is waiting for Hill.
Must be. St. Mary's up 11-2. Have a little halftime show at the half tonight. It's going to be some, I think, middle school basketballers. Second free throw is good by Hill. Now Hill will go out. Seth Swallows checked in. St. Mary's up 12-2 over the Maniacs.
We have a technical foul called, and I don't know. Okay, it was on 33.
Oh, it was on St. Mary's.
St. Mary's with a technical foul, yes. I don't know what happened.
We don't have a 33.
So it wasn't on 33, but it was a St. Mary's technical foul.
I wonder if I don't know. I'd wonder if Grayson wasn't in the record book, scorebook or something, and it's not necessarily just a team technical.
Well, they wouldn't be shooting 2.
Well, I think we had that almost happen in Kellogg because we had a player come in that they forgot to put in the scorebook for the girls, and the official came over to the table and he said if it was a 2-point game, because it was like 10.2 on the clock, he said if it was a 2-point game, we'd call a technical and give him the shots, but he just gave him a warning.
Well,
and let her come in.
There's
and
no,
took her out,
you don't do. I don't know. I haven't officiated in 4 years anymore, so I don't know what that is all about.
So St. Mary's looks to be in a zone, 3-2. That ball gets tipped into the backcourt, and it's going to be off of the Maniacs.
Yep. The defense is just stifling them right now.
And I missed that. Orfino made one of the free throws.
Yes.
St. Mary's leads 12-3. Still 4 minutes to go in the first. Grayson stands, controls the ball out near the circle. Now works his way right. Now looks left, tries to feed it inside. It's almost tipped away. He's able to get it back. Nice defensive play by Naranjo. Holder out to Sands. Sands the three on the way. He left that one short.
That was like a pass to Renner.
Renner with the offensive board and the putback.
It's a good start for St. Mary's tonight. Should be very pleased with them.
Joel Scott drives from the right side. Shot's no good. Rebound pulled down by Renner.
Renner altered Joel's shot.
Sands drives from the left. Nice move. Can't make the shot go. Going to have some contact down there on the end of the end line, a whistle.
Holder's going to get called for that.
Seen Grayson kind of be tentative when he came down after that. Just, not totally wanting to.
Well, there's a
right
little rust
the
that you've got to shake off when it comes to game time. It won't take long.
Wyatt Holmes checked in for Tyler Renner. So Cousin comes in.
That's a block, yes, indeed.
Maniacs drive down into the lane. No good on the shot. I think it's going to be Holder getting his second shot.
I think it's going to be Holmes.
Oh, nope, yep, it is.
Holmes stepped into him.
Looks like St. Mary's going to be sending Jared Badgett back onto the floor. Scott to the free throw line, makes the first one. So Grayson in and out fairly quickly.
Just getting a little bit of a taste of it so far.
Well, he's kind of shaking his head down there, too, so I hope he's not.
He doesn't look like he's distraught.
Second free throw was good by Scott. 14-5, Lumberjacks lead. 3:15 to go, first period of play. Badgett has the ball, swings it back to Wicks. Now they try to feed it inside. Bad pass by Wicks gets taken away. St. Mary's on defense. Looks like a man defense this time. Three-pointer on the way, just off the mark. That was shot by Hudson. Badgett, I think, pulled down the rebound. St. Mary's has the ball knocked away going down the other way. It's going to go out of bounds, last touch by Orfino.
It was actually touched by the referee.
Oh.
And because of that, they're still giving the ball to St. Mary's.
That's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think I've seen it before, and they actually went the other way with it.
It just depends on how the play is looking.
Yeah.
And in this case, that was definitely an intended pass that should have been able to get to him.
Oh, okay. Lumberjacks feeding it inside. Holmes has the ball stripped out of his hands, but is able to come back. They get it to Wicks. Wicks gets it over to Holder on the low post left side. Shot up and good. St. Mary's almost turned it over, but able to keep it and turn it into a couple of points. 2.5 to go. 16-5, first period. Maniacs with the ball on the right side, down to the corner. Drobish with a quick jump shot, no good. Wicks pulls down the rebound. Wicks goes to the ground and is able to get the ball out to Holder. Badgett looking into Holmes, back out to Badgett. Badgett over to Wicks as the defense closed down on him. Now to Seth Swallow's right side. He's going to try to drive down to the low post. He's going to dribble the ball off his foot and out of bounds. Turnover on the Lumberjacks. Hannah checks back in for the Maniacs. Tristan Hill checks back in for the Lumberjacks, as does Tyler Renner. I think it was Wicks. Wicks came out, as did Holder. And the Maniacs quickly bring it down the floor. And a foul called on Renner.
Woo! He was aggressive on getting the ball, but he also got his head.
He almost took off the head of Landon Hudson, 5'11" junior guard there. It was nothing intentional or malicious.
No, not at all. And Tyler went right over and offered his hand to pick him up.
Yeah.
All good sportsmanship on that.
Joel Scott has the ball.
They're in a man-off defense right now.
St. Mary's with 4 fouls in the first period. Driving from the right side, left side. Shot is long. Rebound to Renner. St. Mary's the other way. Badgett works his way to the right, now back to the left, picks up his dribble, over to Swallows, back up to Holder. Maniacs are getting a lot of tip passes. Now they look into the paint, or actually to the free throw line to Renner. Renner, take your dribble. Now he does. Goes over to Swallows. Hill, back to Swallows. Swallows for three. It's good. Seth Swallows bangs the right side three with the assist from Tristan Hill.
Still putting the pressure on them with the press.
Pass into the middle. Renner all over that. Couldn't get it away from him. Hudson back over to Naranjo. Now to Scott. Scott looking for a screen. Brings it towards the elbow. Jump shot three. No good. Off the glass. Ball tipped around.
St. Mary's is getting every rebound right now too, Tim.
Tristan Hill tips that rebound out. Give him credit for that one. 43 seconds on the clock. First period, 19-5. Good first quarter for the Lumberjacks. Holder takes the ball to the right. Picks up his dribble. Back to Badgett. Now down to the left side. Swallows for three. Oh, that one looked good, but just a little short. Rebound tipped around. St. Mary's ended up with it. I think it was Tristan Hill. Hill had the rebound. His first putback wasn't good. Got his own rebound, and the second one was up and good. 21-point first quarter is pretty good for the Lumberjacks. 21-5. St. Mary's with the lead. Right now, it's looking like they might have ironed out some of those issues they were having.
Well, the defenses just look outstanding, and Orfino doesn't know what to do.
Scott to Naranjo, now to Hudson. And the Maniacs couldn't get a shot off as the Lumberjack defense just wasn't going to give them anything easy. 21-5, Jacks lead after one. We'll be back.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And we're back. Lumberjacks shot 60% in the first quarter from the floor, Clark.
That's why you have a 16-point lead. The defense is really down, and with all those points in the paint, it makes it easy to get a 60% free percentage.
I think the only substitution made was Wicks back into the game. Maniacs start with the possession. Hudson. Now to Scott. Scott gets an open look at three. It won't fall in for him.
That was the best open look they've had all night.
Tristan Hill with the rebound. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody really put any pressure on him. Badgett over to Swallows, left side of the floor.
I think Scott was surprised how open he was.
We're going to get a foul there. That looks like it's going to go against the 10 of Scott. He's not, I don't think he's in agreement 100% with the call, but.
I think there's a lot of incidental contact, if you ask me.
Third foul on St. Mary, or on the Maniac.
Scott's second.
Up to the free throw line, Tristan Hill didn't keep that ball nice and secure. The Maniac stripped it out of his hands.
Well, he had it down at his waist.
Yeah.
It makes it easy for even I to hit that ball.
I think Ansel could have taken it away from him at that point. The Maniacs have it up into the free throw line. Now back on the left side, driving. Scott shields the. That was a nice move by him.
That was a good move. He definitely shielded his shot from being blocked. Great job.
St. Mary's back on offense. Wicks, Badgett, now to the right side and look into the paint. Quick ball movement. Renner, shot up. It's going to fall in.
He's not missing much tonight. And like I said, when you got it inside the paint.
23-7. St. Mary's again with their backcourt.
Still in their press.
Pressure.
Man-to-man defense.
Down to the corner. Into the hands of Hudson. Now back to the top to Scott. Scott back to Hudson on the wing.
Falling back into his zone.
Short corner, gets a little bit of room. Shot is up and no good by the 33 of Olive. Rebound to Swallows. Got a good look, but couldn't put that one in. Going to get Renner going up, or not Renner, that's Tristan Hill.
Hill is just so strong tonight.
Tristan Hill gave the guy a little bit of body contact, nothing to draw the offensive foul.
And Wicks gets the assist on that.
Puts the shot off the glass. And the foul goes against Olive.
Hey, Seth has played a nice little bit of time out there on the floor.
Renner and Swallows comes out. Checking in was Grayson one of them? Yeah. Free throw was good.
Holder's in, too, if he wasn't before.
Yeah, I have him in. So Grayson Sands checks back in for a few more minutes of playing time. That's probably all you're going to see him in this one. A minute spurt, something like that, maybe a couple of minutes.
And there'll be a foul on Badgett leaning in on that one. Overall, though, their defense has just been outstanding so far in this game.
5 fouls in the first half for St. Mary's so far. Tonight is construction night, so you got the student section out there wearing their safety vests and hard hats.
I got some work at my house they can do.
Going to get the shot up, no good. Rebound to Badgett.
Everything's been contested tonight for St. Mary's on shooting when they're on defense.
Sands with the ball over to Badgett. Badgett straight away over to Wicks. Now cross court to Sands. Back to the paint, here to the free throw line. Shot was missed by Holder. Holder ended up with the rebound, right? Or was it Badgett?
That was Badgett with the rebound and shot.
Putback was no good. Rebound went to the Maniac.
They're not making it easy for them to get that ball up the court and get into an offense.
Looking to get it over the top. They do get it for a second. Sands out there all over defensively and double dribble called on Hudson.
He did.
5:24 to go.
Official's looking right at it. He had the right call.
Tristan Hill going to check out. Wyatt Holmes in for St. Mary's. Coming down is Wicks. Wicks has the ball down the left sideline. Back to Badgett. More on the wing, on the left side still. Looking for a screen, decides to go the opposite way. Gets over to Wicks in the corner. Cross court to Sands. Sands down to Holmes. Holmes just a quick jumper from just inside the free throw line. It's up and good with the assist by Sands. I think that it doesn't look like they're wanting Sands to try a lot of that driving into the lane stuff.
Well, they've got everything going so well with the big guys right now. You don't need to be don't reinvent the wheel right now.
St. Mary's with a steal. They get it out to Badgett. Badgett knocks down the three with the assist again from Grayson Sands. 31-7. It's been a 10-2 run here in the second period for the Lumberjacks.
And again, the defense.
Ball deflected up in the air. St. Mary's couldn't complete the steal, but like I said, defense has been plastered to everybody so far. Naranjo, left side, bad pass, picked off by Holder. And
that was a turnover. Nice little poke behind by number 4 for Rufino.
And finally a bucket for the Maniacs. That was the 33 of Olive who puts it up and good.
St. Mary's called the timeout.
It is a full timeout. 4:10 to go, first half. St. Mary's leads at 31-9. We'll be back.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries at 105 North 8th Street, St. Maries.
Now we are back. St. Maries with the ball. I'm trying to see who went out. I think it was, no. Was that three-point shot by?
That was inside by Renner.
Oh, Renner, okay. So I know Renner's in. I'm trying to figure out who is out. Holder looks, nope, Holder is in there. Badgett is not in.
Hill, okay, yep, there you go.
Steal by St. Mary's. Missed bucket, but a rebound. Putback is up and good.
By Renner.
I think it was who missed the initial
Holmes
shot.
missed the first shot.
That's what I thought.
And Renner was following up on the shot.
Maniacs back the other way. Up to the top, up to the wing. Double team out there. Maniacs get it to Scott. Scott, quick little jump shot up and good by Joel Scott from just in the short corner. 35-11, Lumberjacks well in control of this one so far. Badgett with the ball. Straight away, picks up his dribble, goes to Sands. Sands works left side, drives baseline, kicks the ball into Renner. Renner's shot won't go as he spun. Lost maybe focus where that rim was. Rebound to the
Well, when you have to come down off the floor with the ball, you know, when you come up with the ball from the floor, sometimes you lose your perspective.
Hudson has the ball up to the free throw line, just inside the three-point line, actually. Back to Naranjo. Naranjo almost loses it out of bounds, able to gather it up. Takes it to the top, drives up to the free throw line. Lumberjack defense all over him. Now back to Drobish. Drobish, jumper from just above the elbow. Shot is off the mark. Offensive rebound by the Maniacs. Back to Scott, now over to the corner.
That defense is just smothering, but there they got a three.
Three-pointer up and good by Hudson from the right wing. St. Mary's back on offense now, 35-14. Lumberjacks lead it. Badgett back to Holder. Under 2 to play in the first half. Back over to Badgett on the right side. Now they swing it around to the left to Sands. Now into the free throw line. Going to take the shot is Holmes.
No one touched him on that.
Rebound to the Maniacs. That ball was deflected. I didn't even see Badgett into the game. St. Mary's putting in a whole bunch of different bodies. Kristen Hill, Loper, Wicks still out there. Maniacs, Naranjo has the ball, working left side. Gets it over to Olive. Olive shot, no good, but he'll
Holmes got out of position on that one. That ended up getting a foul.
Second foul on Holmes in the game. Puts Aiden Olive to the free throw line. He has not been there tonight. First one just fall through. He did not go to the free throw line in the first time these two teams met either. So I don't have no free throw numbers on him. And the second one in and out, rebound to Holmes. St. Mary's back the other way. Minute 20 to go in the half. Holder over to Sloper, back to Holder, working it down to the left side to Wicks. St. Mary's just, now they go inside. Holmes back out to Sloper. Now Holder, opposite side to Wicks. And low post to Hill. Now out to Holmes. Pretty good ball movement by St. Mary's.
Very patient with the ball this time. It's good stuff.
Now Holmes almost lost it, able to regather. Gets it out to Sloper. Sloper works towards the short corner down to the low post. Backs it back out now. Again, I think they're not trying to actually get a shot off yet. They're actually running the clock out a little bit. Now they get it to the free throw line to Hill. Hill double team. Gets it out to Holder. Now back to Wicks. Wicks is going to take the three. It's off the back of the iron. Hill went up, came down late. Hill went up a little bit too early, was still able to get the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tries to put it back. He won't make the shot, but he is fouled. First foul against the number 3 of Drobish will put Hill to the free throw line for the 2 shots. First free throw falls through. Not quite the first period yet, but St. Mary's has 15 points in the second. The Maniacs a little bit better as they scored 10.
What do you want, Tim? You can't have that every quarter.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Makes both free throws. 33 seconds on the clock. 37-15. Maniacs with the ball. Scott thought about a three. Had to wait for a Lumberjack to get past him. Misses the three. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Lumberjacks. Nice move by Scott. He got Holmes off his feet coming flying by and then just sidestepped him for the open look, but just a little bit off on that shot. Holder has it for St. Mary's. 14 seconds. Now they'll definitely play for that final shot. Out to Sloper. Left side. Oh, Sloper has the ball stolen away. Maniacs cash in on the turnover. Holder heaves it at the buzzer. No good, and that's how the first half will come to an end. St. Mary's 37, the Maniacs 17. We'll be back with a look at the halftime numbers.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Sun Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Sun Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in the responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
And we are back. I think I was a little bit off on that A division of the guys that were going to be doing the halftime entertainment.
This has got to be elementary. Please tell me.
37-17 at the half. Lumberjacks with the lead. Clark 21-5 in that first quarter really jump-started St. Mary's in this game.
It certainly did. The defense is like a Band-Aid on an arm. It's just they were all over them and just staying that way all game.
St. Mary's shooting 57% from the field so far, 33% from three-point range, 83% from the free throw line. The Maniacs are shooting 30% from the field, 16% from three-point range, and 66% from the free throw line. The Lumberjacks 19 rebounds to the Maniacs 7. St. Mary's with 8 assists, Orofino with 1. We had 5 steals by the Lumberjacks, 3 steals for the Maniacs. 8 turnovers for Orofino, 5 turnovers for St. Mary's. St. Mary's with 5 points off the bench. Orofino had 3. And Lumberjacks with 10 second chance points and 9 points off turnovers. Orofino with 3 second chance points and 4 points off of turnovers. Individually for the Maniacs, leading scorer Joel Scott with 9 in the first half. 5 points for Aiden Olive, 3 points for Landon Hudson off the bench, and that is the only scoring for Orofino. For the Lumberjacks, we've got 2 guys in double digits already, and they're both the post players, Clark.
Gee, what a shock.
Tristan Hill leading with 13 points, 6 rebounds. Tyler Renner with 12 points, 7 rebounds. Jared Badgett has 5 points and 3 rebounds. Seth Swallows has a three bucket with 1 rebound. 2 points for Wyatt Holmes and 2 points for Dylan Holder. Grayson has not gotten on the board. That's not that big of a deal, but it's nice to see him out there. He does have 2 assists on the night. And he's looking not too bad for his first action back. Thoughts on that first half, Clark?
I really believe, like I've been saying all night, the defense has just really pretty much been the instigator of the whole game and getting it inside to the post as easily as they have and having good looks to shoot are these big guys.
All right, well, it is halftime here, and the Lumberjacks just need to continue what they were doing in the first half, and they should be able to come away with the Central Idaho League win. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Maniacs make to maybe try to stifle St. Mary's offensively and also try to get around that Lumberjack defense as well. Should be an interesting second half. We'll be back after this message from our sponsors.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
And we are back. Clark, we are in February. We all know that softball season is right around the corner. That means springtime, right?
It's even starting to look a little bit like that, except I hear next week there's another front possibly coming through.
Oh, we always get those teases this time of the year where you just start to think that maybe.
Yes, hopefully, but yes, I know better.
But we all know that rodent seen his. We know how they base their weather off of that rodent. So.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I'm already having baseball umpire meetings. It's just, it's incredible already.
There is the St. Maries Softball Association. They have something, it's a ways out, honestly, but it's May 6th and 7th. They're going to have something called the Mud Mash Tournament, Clark. And it's a co-ed softball tournament here in St. Maries. It's a 12-team limit. American Softball Association rules apply. 50-minute games, 7-inning championship, 3-game guarantee. Camping's going to be available. Upper and lower divisions. Entry deadline is April 21st. And Sunday will be a single elimination day. And I don't know much about it, but that says foul bracelets available. I don't know.
Foul bracelets.
I don't know. Anyways, if anybody has any interest in that Mud Mash tournament by the St. Mary's Softball Association, you can contact Joe Smith, 509-406-0732.
Well, it sounds like that ought to be a lot of fun. And May 5th and 6th can always be a nice day.
Well, their name is the Mud Mash, so I think they're hoping it'll be muddy, but you never know.
I don't want to play ball in the mud.
I think last year they had one similar that they was something like that, and they did it because
it was muddy.
Exactly. So the teams will switch directions. The Lumberjacks will come right to left now. St. Mary starts with possession. And Lumberjack starters, same 5 on the floor. It is Badgett, Holder, Renner, Wicks, and Hill. Hannah, Schneider, Scott, Naranjo, and Olive for the Maniacs. Wicks to the free throw line to Renner, or just inside the free throw line. Renner is going to make the move to the outside, put the shot up and good. And he should have just taken over the scoring lead right now between him and Hill. Maniacs working it across. Lumberjack still putting on the pressure. Wicks all over Scott. Now over to Naranjo. Now to the corner. That's into the hands of Drobish. Trying to feed it across.
Hill blocked that ball. Blocked that pass.
Tristan Hill got his big old hands up there and knocked that ball out. Not out, but just back. Naranjo to Scott. Scott, open 3. That one's off the front of the iron. Badgett,
Orfino ball.
Yeah. Badgett had a chance at that rebound, but I don't think he expected it to come off the rim like that, and it almost hit him in the head. He
got it on his shoulder, basically, and just went right out of bounds.
He was trying to get his arms up just in defense. Maniacs have it just at the high post, back to the corner. Now they're looking into the low post. Going to get a steal by Hill. And the Lumberjacks the other way. Badgett. Oh! Is that going to be a... What do they call there? Did they call a travel?
It was. The foul happened after the travel.
Kind of what I wondered. That's the student section, I think, saying they want Seth. Maniacs the other way. Naranjo right side. Back to the top of the key. Into the hands of Drobish. Drobish over to Scott. Working left side. Down to the corner. Picks up his dribble. St. Mary's tries to get a trap. Steal by Wicks. Badgett ahead. Back over to Holder. Holder. Back over to Badgett. Badgett. Little footwork down there. Goes. Drives up to the paint. Shot is up and good.
Even the little guys are coming inside.
Nice move with Badgett also. Maniacs back on the attack. Drobish down to the corner to Naranjo. Right side. 3 ball is short. Rebound pulled down by Renner. Holder brings it across for St. Mary's. Corner to Wick.
They're happy. Swallows is going to come in.
Down to the high post to Renner. Back out to Badgett.
So it looks like Coach is taking request with a 21-point lead. 24-point lead.
St. Mary's works it back to the free throw line. Renner out to the corner to Holder. Holder back up to Badgett. 3 in the key.
He's not even in it.
Standing ovation for Seth Swallows as he checks into the game. Renner and Holder go out.
And Sands is in as well.
St. Mary's back on defense after the 3 in the Keats violation. Scott, left side, thought about a 3 for a second. Badgett closes down on him. Back up to the wing. Cross court to Naranjo, looking inside now. Have to back it back out. Naranjo with the 3. That one is good.
He almost clotheslined that one in. It didn't have any arc to it much at all.
Yeah. 41-20. St. Mary's lead is 21. Badgett, straight or 3 from the right side. Shot won't go.
Oh. Seth had a great rebound there. It looks like they called it a tie-up, so it's a jump ball and goes over to Orfino.
Yeah, I was wondering if, I guess he had the right positioning, but I thought he made a lot of contact coming in there for that ball. Too. Gonna get a steal by Badgett on the inbound pass.
Orfino is not taking care of the ball, and a lot of that has to go to the defense again, as we've been talking about all night long.
Badgett put up 2 shots, got his rebound, and had both of those shots blocked. What happens when you got the shortest guy trying to work inside for St. Mary's? He can get him up there sometimes.
Not on that. He had the 6'1" guy on him.
Sometimes he'll draw the foul if he's lucky, but...
Well, Swallows is hustling over there.
Wow, where was the crowd cheering him on that
They
one?
weren't paying attention there.
They wanted him in. Now they're not even watching him. Swallows sacrificing the body over there. 3-point shot by Drobish. No good from the right side. Gets his own... Well, he didn't really get the rebound. He had it tipped out to him. Shot up again from the low post. No good. Rebound to Sands. And St. Mary's back to the way. A bad pass there by Sands. Tried to rifle it over to Witt. We've got Dylan Holder coming back in. As I think it was Badgett sitting down.
As is Sands.
Holder and Holmes came into the game.
Oh, it looked like a travel, but that's okay. He didn't see it.
Maniacs have the ball up top, over to the right side. Now Renner's going to check back in. Naranjo down to the short corner to Olive. Back up to Drobish. 3 ball on the way in and out. Rebound loose. Last touch by the Maniacs. Give Tristan Hill the rebound, I guess. 4:05 to go in the third. Tristan Hill's going to get a breather. Tyler Renner comes into the game for the Lumberjacks. 41-20. Nobody scored for a minute here. Oh, and I did it again. Oh, well.
Well, Tim, while you're playing with your tablet, I guess, Holmes is bringing it upside over into Renner inside, and that's a flop. That was a flop.
The foul called on Renner, Renner. It must have been an offensive or a charge.
It was considered an offensive foul, but he flopped.
Well, I forgot to switch the into the third quarter.
Renner's strong, but he didn't touch him that much.
41-20. St. Mary's on defense. Lumberjacks with the lead. Foul call, and that's another quick one on Renner. That's going to be 3 on him. Getting the blocking foul called there on him.
So far this half, the intensity has dwindled compared to the first half start. And that's expected somewhat with a 20-point lead.
Renner comes out. Badgett back in. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Holder. And the Lumberjacks come the other way. Wicks, left side to the free throw line to Holmes. Holmes gets the shot up and puts it in. He spun, looked like he was going to pass it.
Well, he was looking to pass. Hey, no one guard me.
Yeah.
I'll shoot.
The defender stepped back like, he's going to pass it. And then he didn't. He left him wide open. Pass down to the wing. Shot from just inside 3-point range by the number 4 of Hudson. It's up and good. 43-22. St. Mary's with the lead. Over to the Holder. Holder back to Badgett. Now to Holder, right side. Back to Badgett. 3 minutes to go, third period. Back over to Badgett. Now back to Holder, then to Badgett. Wicks. Badgett. St. Mary's working it around the tops, basically. Holmes makes a move, lots of contact, and no whistle. Back the other way.
Referees have a tendency to swallow a whistle with a larger lead.
Yeah, unless it's against that team that has the larger lead.
Well, in that case, it was a little obvious, too.
Or not against the team, but they're going to get Seth with a foul, his first.
And again, the crowd, nothing going on over there.
And Hill actually went over to the locker room for a minute, it looked like.
Yeah, he did.
Came back out with Bechtel. He's getting ready to check in as well. First free throw is up. Was it good? It was. That is Hannah. Swallows comes out, as does Badgett. Hill and Sloper into the game.
Does the crowd notice?
Second free throw, no good. Rebound. Out of bounds off the Maniac. I was watching a video and I seen where a player got, I don't know if he got called for it, but he definitely got warned for it. He was on the block doing this, waving his hands during the free throw, and the ref was like, you can't do that.
Full timeout, St. Mary's.
2:35 to go in the third. We'll be back.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Now we are back, and I was just informed, Clark, that those little kids out there were indeed 6th and 7th grade.
I want to see those student body cards in. I'm telling you, those were some of the smallest junior high kids I've seen in a long time.
St. Mary's brings the ball down after the timeout. Holder to Wicks. Wicks working left side. Back to Holder. Steal by the Maniac. No, tie up. And the possession will stay with St. Mary's, but almost a steal by the Maniac. Kind of lost my train of thought and my words there for a minute.
And so are you losing your intensity also, Tim?
Up to Sloper, now to Holder, corner to Wicks. Wicks for three, left side, off the mark, way off the mark for Wicks. Rebound to the Maniacs, which almost a pass, but it didn't even touch the rim. St. Mary's back on defense. It's Drobish up to Olive. Olive just inside the wing. Almost travels there. Back out to Drobish, now to Naranjo. We're stealing the ball away. Wait a minute, what do we got here? Is there a foul against?
Oh, yeah, foul on Wicks.
Huh. I kind of thought Wicks had stole that ball away before.
He sure did.
I was wondering if the foul was going against Orfino. No, it did not. Shot up by the Maniacs, no good. Rebound goes to Holmes. Holder brings the ball across for St. Mary's. They'll set up their offense. 43-23, St. Mary's leads. Shot from the wing, or from the free throw line by Holmes is good. I think that was Holder that gave him the assist.
Yep.
45-23. Naranjo, right side. Backs it back out to Drobish. Drobish up top. Gonna pull the three. No good. Rimmed out on him. Rebound goes to Holmes. Holder brings it across. Now to Holmes, back to Holder. Holder fakes the pass. Now back over to Sloper. Sloper's three off the glass is good. The bank was open for Sloper there.
Why not? You were just waiting to say that, weren't you?
He had exact change for that deposit.
Tim, I'm almost embarrassed being here with you right now.
I don't even know what that means, guys. I just was talking. Maniacs have the ball. Three-pointer on the way by Naranjo. It comes up short. Rebound to the Maniacs. Three-pointer from the right corner. It won't fall. Tristan Hill with the rebound. St. Mary's back the other way. Trace Wicks has it. Zone for the Maniacs. That 2-3 zone. Pass it up the free throw line to Hill. Now back out to Wicks. They worked it around top. St. Mary's shifting their positions a little bit here. Now Wicks picks up his dribble out. No man's land. Gets over to Sloper. Sloper to Holder. Holder to the free throw line. Oh, that. You could hear the skin contact on that one. Naranjo tries to get the block shot. Got a lot of hand on Holmes. And Holmes looking at his hand. I'm pretty sure there might be a red mark on there. 6-7 seconds on the clock. Wicks came out.
Oh, they're debating if he was in shooting motion, and I say he was.
I would say so as well.
And they're definitely giving him the shot.
Holmes, 50% free throw shooter.
Oh.
That first one, that one was a tease. It went about a quarter of the way down and popped back out. Second free throw. That one, almost the same thing, but Wyatt.
Sloper.
Back in. And the bench erupts for Sloper. 50-23 at the end of the third. Lumberjacks lead after Sloper brings the crowd to their feet. We'll be back.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than at Everyone's Hardware and Lumber Store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
And we are back. Lumberjacks with the, why does that say 49?
Because you're off by one, Tim. 50-23.
I've got a bucket miss, a point miss somewhere for
Did
somebody.
you give Sloper a 3 or a 2, possibly?
Well, I gave him his 2.
It was a 3 earlier.
Was it a 3? Oh,
First one was
no,
a 3.
I think I did give him his 3 on that one.
Okay.
St. Mary, we'll all double check later, obviously. Have to make a note of that one. Orfino with the ball, left side of the floor. Working it around, up top. Nope, I gave it as a 3, as a 2.
I'm glad I'm on top of that for you, Tim.
I can correct that pretty quickly here. Or St. Mary's with the ball. I don't even know if Sloper's still in the game, is he? Nope. I've got to correct my lineup then. There's a foul on the Maniac. Only 6 fouls. Maybe now is that the only the second foul for
second or third, yeah.
Got Sands in there now. Tristan Hill. Tyler Rick.
Oh, they're going to shoot. I didn't think he was in the shooting motion on that one. Boy, are they generous now.
Who am I missing? Badgett.
How do you miss him?
Tyler Renner to the free throw line, makes the first one. Second one up, it's going to fall through as well.
He's making everything tonight.
That one wanted to almost pop back out, but going to get a drive by Joel Scott. His shot won't fall in. Tristan Hill with the rebound. Scott's going to want to watch that coming from behind. He probably could have gotten a foul almost called on that one. Tristan has the ball up at the elbow, back over to Badgett. His bench thought he was going to take the three. He doesn't. Instead, Badgett turns it over. Oh, a little bit late on that one coming, but I was hoping he was going to get the block, but instead Badgett gets the opposite and gets the foul called against him. As that was Landon Hudson that was fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Trace Wicks is going to check in for St. Mary's. Drew Hanna is going to check in, and the ominous number 15, Mr. Maniac, is going to come in as well. First free throw is good. We do not have a name for the number 15.
Maniac won. Swallows has come back into the game.
Hill came out and Holder. Swallows.
Now, Orfino made both of their free throws.
And Wick goes in. 52-25, St. Mary's lead. Badgett, near side, picks up the dribble here on the left wing. Going to get it back out to Wicks. Naranjo all over him. He's quite the defender out there. He's just a sophomore. Give it to Sands in the corner. Now back to Wicks. Wicks to Badgett. Badgett calling for a screen. Brings it up to the top of the key now. Picks up the dribble. Over to Wicks now. Left right side. Trying to feed it in.
Not a good pass.
There was too many bodies there. Too easy of a pass to tip and take away. I think Badgett deflects the ball the other way out of bounds.
They're not protecting the ball as well as they need to, but if you got a 27-point lead, that's what happens sometimes.
St. Mary's back on D after the turnover.
Sloper's going to come back in.
Hudson to Drobish. Drobish, left side to the corner, or right side down to the short corner. Back to Naranjo. Now we're going to get the three on the way by Drobish. Shot is no good, but a rebound traced down by Naranjo. Another Hudson drives from the left. Little fingertip roll. It won't fall in. Grayson Sands ends up on the ground over there. Gets the help up. That ball was last touched by the Maniacs. And Coach Chase says, you're going to come on back out for now, Grayson. Loper back into the game. Every time he gets bumped or jostled or goes to the ground, I think everybody's going, watching him to make sure he's okay and gets back up. Trace Wicks with the ball over to Badgett. Now back to the top to Sloper. Sloper has that ball deflected, but Lumberjacks keep it. Now to the corner. Wicks for three off the mark. Sloper with the rebound, and the putback is good. St. Mary's got a whole line change coming. 3-point shot on the way by Hudson. No good. That goes out of bounds. 5:04 to go. Lumberjacks putting in some younger guys here, giving them a chance to get some quality playing time out there with 5 minutes left. Got Landon Holmes and Barta. Barta 1, Barta 2.
You don't know which one, do you?
I will.
Only by the number. Only by the number.
And Sloper. Going to get a steal by the Maniacs. I didn't see who turned it over, so just.
It was Barta.
Was it Barta?
Which one?
What number was it?
Don't ask me. I was just looking at the face that time.
Maniacs turned it over the other way. So the number 11 is, well, it doesn't tell me on there. It doesn't go over here. Number 3 is Jack. Number 11 is Brock. And I don't know which, both of them have pretty good touches, but then they might both have that good of a touch, but they can both pretty well shoot outside. Pretty good. Over to Jack Barta's 3 on the way, just a little hard. Off the rim, rebound to the Maniac. 4:17 to go in the game. St. Mary's up 54-25. Hudson down to the corner. Schneider back cross court to the number 5 of Gray. Maniacs have also put in their younger guys. Number 15, Maniacs, gets fouled.
So Maniacs at the line.
Yeah. And it was number 15 that fouled him. That was Landon Holmes.
I think I'm picking up a pattern here, Tim.
Don't worry about looking for him, Angela. We don't have him.
His name's Maniac. Don't worry.
His name's Maniac. You can put him down, just a number on the thing.
Our diligent scorekeeper is doing a great job.
First free throw bounces out.
And number 23 comes in for Orfino. I don't have their roster in front of me right now. He's not on there.
He's not on there either.
Maniac 2.
Maniac 2. Second free throw is going to rattle around and fall through. St. Mary's will bring it down. It is Jack Barta controlling it for the Lumberjacks.
For the Maniac?
Yeah. Jack to Brock. Brock, left wing, looks inside to Sloper. Sloper tries to get to Holmes. It gets past him and out to J.J. Yearout. His three won't go. Rebound pulled down by both teams, and the possession will stay with St. Mary's. I think Holmes was one of the Lumberjacks in there to try to control that ball, so I'll give him the rebound. Brock Barta's three is short from the corner. Rebound to the Maniac. They put the shot up, no good. Rebound gets tipped out to Holmes. Holmes bringing it down the floor, gets it across the timeline, down to Brock. Brock into the corner, picks up his dribble. Gonna go try to get it across his brother. It's deflected. Holmes comes up with it. Holmes has it poked away from behind them. And the Maniacs will take it the other way. 54-26, Lumberjacks lead. 3 minutes to go. Driving in is the number 15. Not going to get a foul call. Lots of contact. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lumberjacks.
They want this over just as much as I do sometimes, when you got a 29-point lead. 28-point lead right now.
3-point shot short by the old Maniacs. Rebound by Orfino. Sloper, I think, going to get called for the foul.
They fouled Maniac 1.
That'll send him back to the free throw line.
Actually, yeah, they're not. Yeah, bonus.
1-and-1 time for the Maniac. (54-26). St. Mary's going to improve their CIL record. First free throw good. They'll improve that to 4-1 or 5-1. 4-1, 5-1. Should be 5-1, I think. No, 4-1. Both free throws up and good. Next Sloper shot.
No good. He is fearless down there. He doesn't have a lot of the height right now, but he's got a body to say I can move them.
Well, it's all freshmen out there except for Landon Holmes. He's a sophomore. Shot on the way by the Maniacs. It's no good. They do get the rebound. The putback was good.
Yep. Well, Maniac won.
Maniac won. Gets the bucket. Oh, you did put it in down there? He made it. And he goes to the free throw line for the bonus, and he makes that one.
Hey, Maniac 1 doesn't look too bad out there right now.
54-31 lacks Jack's lead.
I just like saying Maniac 1.
Year out, over to Barta. Trying to get it to the post. Can't quite get it in. A little bit high on that pass. Turnover for Barta. That's Brock Barta. Pretty good crowd tonight, really.
Not bad at all. It's a Friday night. What good thing to do here in St. Mary's.
Steal by the Lumberjacks. I think
3 on 2.
I think it was Jack Barta that got the steal.
He dragged that pivot.
I was surprised to see that the game tomorrow with Kendrick is at 7 o'clock at night.
Well,
I would have thought it would have been an earlier game. Maniacs with the ball, left side. Top of the key now. That's Hudson. Now back to the Maniac 2. He loses the ball, though. And he jumps on top of Barta and rolls over the top of him. They call it
well,
jump ball.
Well, it was a jump ball. It was definitely that beforehand.
Okay. That's why it's always nice to have a guy that's refed before up here. Maniacs inbound up to the top to Schneider. That one is Hudson Schneider. Down to the corner. Back to the top of the key. Schneider has some pink basketball shoes on down there. Tell who he is. Three-pointer from the corner. That shot no good. Rebound to the Maniacs. Shot is up and good.
So, Tim, if it's not the pink shoes, would the number help as an indicator as well?
Maybe. Did you get who made that? I wasn't sure either. Clark, did you see who made that last shot? Number 1 did, huh? That was Hudson Schneider with the bucket for the Maniacs.
He has a last name.
He does. Year out. Over to Jack Barta. Jack to Brock. Brock's going to come up to the elbow, left side, and out of the corner to Sloper. That ball's deflected out of play. I hope they're not just running clock now. I want to see them run some offense and try to score, because these guys haven't gotten on the board yet. I mean, Sloper did earlier. There's a steal by the Maniacs.
They're just not handling the ball very well.
Bring it down for Orfino's Hudson. Might inflate this turnover stats a little bit. Ooh, I thought those always fool me. I always think it's going to be a blocked shot, and then the whistle comes out. JJ Year out with the foul. These guys right now, the only stats are getting on the board are not the good ones.
Turnovers and fouls so far. Got a few rebounds, I guess.
Yeah. Maniac 2, number 23 at the free throw line. Knocks down the first free throw. 11-7 scoring here in favor of the Maniacs in the final frame. 54-34 Lumberjack lead. Both free throws up and good by Orfino. JJ Year out brings it down the right side of the floor. Down to Jack Barta. To Year out. I'm pretty sure next year we're going to see a lot of Jack and Brock on the floor for varsity games, because St. Mary's going to be young next season.
Well, Year out looks pretty promising too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure several of these guys are going to see plenty of time next year for varsity. Back to Barta. Looks like they are just running the clock at this point. Back over to Holmes. Holmes to Brock. And there's going to be a foul there.
Good sportsmanship there.
Foul goes against, I think it was number 5, Gray.
Yep.
Helped him up afterwards. Pass into the backcourt, 12 seconds on the clock. What do you have in the backcourt? 10 seconds, right?
Yep.
Could have almost stayed in the backcourt the whole time. And the clock will run out. 54-35. Lumberjacks win tonight. The JV won as well, 46-28. We're going to take a break and come back and wrap it up here from Lumberjack Gymnasium.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feed and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your third home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Winter is in full force in Timber Country, and the Country Fair invites you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket, 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today. Now we are back. St. Mary's with the win tonight in Central Idaho League action. Taking a look at the statistics here. St. Mary's, a solid 50% shooting tonight. The Maniacs shot 22% on the evening. St. Mary's at 23% from three-point range, 70% from the free throw line. All numbers, three-point number you probably want a bit higher, but for the most part, solid numbers down the line. Maniacs 11% from outside, 75% from the free throw line. St. Mary's with 32 rebounds. The Maniacs pulled down 19 boards tonight. St. Mary's had 11 assists. The Maniacs with 2. Both teams had 8 steals. St. Mary's with 14 turnovers, 13 turnovers for Orofino. Some of those turnovers for the Lumberjacks came in those last minutes with the younger guys out there. Points off the bench, the Maniacs had 17. St. Mary's with 16. Second chance points, 14 for St. Mary's. 3 second chance points for the Maniacs. Points off turnovers, St. Mary's with 11, the Maniacs with 7. Individually, for the Maniacs, they had quite a few guys get on the scoreboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys scoring. Joel Scott was held scoreless in that second half. He finished with 9 points on the night. 7 points for Landon Hudson off the bench. 6 points for the number 15 off the bench. 5 points for Aiden Olive off the bench. 2 points for the number 23. He was off the bench as well. 2 points for Hudson Schneider off the bench, 1 point for Drew Hanna. For the Lumberjacks, individually, 2 guys in double digits. Tyler Renner with 16 points, 8 rebounds. Tristan Hill, 13 points, 9 rebounds. I'm hoping I missed a rebound for him to get him his double-double. Jared Badgett with 7. Xavier Sloper, solid night for him. He had 7 points on the night. 6 points for Wyatt Holmes, 3 points for Seth Swallows. Dylan Holder with 2 points. Landon Holmes ended up with a couple of rebounds. Trace Wicks with 3 assists and 3 steals. Grayson Sands, he had 2 points or 2 assists and a rebound on the evening. And nice to see him getting back out there and getting that leg tested out in his about 9 minutes of playing time. In any case, St. Mary's wins it. They improved to 4-1 in league play on the year, and I got to double check some stuff with that. Let me look at, I think it's obviously correct, but I've got to look at yeah, that's right. Kellogg is 5-0 in league play. Okay. So that's going to do it for us here from Lumberjack Gymnasium. Tomorrow night, more basketball action as the Lumberjacks will host a pretty solid Kendrick squad. And that game for the varsity is at 7 o'clock, 5:30 for JV. And like I said, Kendrick, they, I think, have only lost 2 games. One of those games was to St. Mary's at the beginning of the season. So we get to see what they've done to improve and what they think they can do to come in and maybe steal a victory here against the Lumberjacks. Not necessarily steal a victory, but get one against St. Mary's. For Clark Grogan, I'm Tim Parrish. Sandra back at the studio. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you back here tomorrow for some more Lumberjack basketball.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Maries, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!